Welcome everyone, we are back and we are not filming this right after we filmed the last one because it's a different week.
We definitely did change shirts.
We did not change shirts and just sit right back down and record another episode.
Oh, you need to put something. Remember, you always have something on here. Just remember, every single episode you have like something on here.
Oh, yeah. We're not getting creative anymore. Okay.
There we go.
There we go.
How's that a loud bang?
I don't know. Alright, so anyway, today's topic.
You look bald when you wear that hat.
I look bald. I am going bald, I think. Today's topic. We have made some, when I say we, I mean me. I have made some predictions throughout the years. And I've made a few videos that say 6 things Six Flags can do to either improve or do before the 50th, or cheap things they can do to improve. And can you believe a few of them have came true? So somehow. These are our top 6 things that I predicted that actually did come true.
Wait, so when did you do this?
I did all throughout the years. 2017, 18, 19, 20, I think, or 21.
Are any of mine on there?
No.
Oh.
So, an honorable mention before we get to the main list. I said last year, in a Six Flags show, a cheap thing they could do to fix up the park for the 50th. And I said they need to modify some of their queue lines because it is a long walk on some of these queues for no reason because there's never a line, but you have to walk about 20 miles to get to the ride. Fix up, shorten, or improve some of the queue lines. Now, if you've ever been to Batman, you need to pack a picnic lunch just to walk through the queue. It takes like 10 minutes to go like this, and there's no shortcut.
We're the boss.
Yeah, the boss as well. You have to go up and up and up and up and up and around and
like
over.
You have to walk so much just to go on the ride.
The boss, the Batman have terrible queues. And can you believe a few months after I said this, the Batman queue, they cut a big lane right down the middle of these zigzags, and I couldn't believe it. So apparently corporate, upper management, whomever,
saw the video.
Are watching our video.
We're just gonna say that they saw the video.
That's what we're going with. They watch us.
Wow.
So,
hi Six Flags, sponsors please.
Since you do watch us, can you please provide us with some free passes, meal plans, merchandise? I will be a shill for you. You got it. Okay.
I will literally do anything.
Anyway, that was an honorable mention.
I will literally sell my turtle just to get a sponsor.
Number 6. I mentioned this a few years ago. And was it last year? It came true. And I had mentioned it a year or two beforehand. Let's see what that was.
Alright, number 4. This is one of the only parks where you can't bring a bag into the queue line and leave it before going on a ride. Every other park I've ever been to, ever, Disney parks, Holiday World, Six Flags Great America, Kentucky Kingdom, they let you bring the bag and store it in like a cubby, and you get it when you get off the ride. Not here. You can't bring a bag at all and leave it anywhere. It's a little ridiculous, and I hope they build some cubbies. I mean, obviously they're not responsible. Mr. Freeze is making way too much noise as I talk, but come on, Six Flags.
Alright, did you see it? They put in cubbies on the rides. My sister went to American Thunder a few years ago and was pretty upset because they said she couldn't ride because she had like a drawstring bag that she could not put off to the side. So she had to go back out to the car, put it away, and come back in. It was an ordeal. And then I was like, why do they not have cubbies you can put your stuff in? Obviously they're not responsible. But out of nowhere, they just started showing up. So if you go on American Thunder now, you got a cubby. And I've noticed that for several of the other rides too. I don't think it's all of them, but they got some cubbies. Speaking of cubbies, I don't like them. I like the Cardinals. All right, so
Cubs suck.
Number 5, I mentioned this several years ago, and that was this. Let's take a look.
The thing they need to do is clean this park up. It's dirty. There's grass that's not mowed and mold and paint chipped. Come on, Six Flags. stuff like just weeds growing. Just everything in disrepair. All broken and it needs a lot of work. Sometimes I feel like I need a tetanus shot after waiting in line for some of these rides. I have to.
So,
Oh my gosh.
what do you think, Caleb? They did clean up the park.
They did?
When we started going, when we started going about, well, I've been going for years.
I didn't see any change.
I've been going for years. When we started filming about 6 years ago, it was a little dirty. Like there were broken down boards and grass and weeds were growing up through the concrete and the curbs, and it wasn't the greatest. They weren't known for being clean, but I have to tell them and give them a lot of credit. Over the last few years, they have really done a lot to the park. They have planted bushes and decorated and repaired a lot of stuff. I mean, it's not perfect. It's Six Flags. It's not Disney World. You know, you're not going to be perfection here. But I think it's pretty good. What do you think?
Huh?
I think they've made a lot of progress
Yeah.
on the cleaning.
We can say that.
Yeah, especially during COVID, they really did a good job making sure everything was clean. There's one thing they have not done, and we'll get to that in a minute. All right, so number 4. I mentioned this on my first video, I think back in 2017. Let's see what that is.
The first thing would be they don't have Wi-Fi here. They have a new app now that shows the wait times for the rides, but you don't have Wi-Fi, so you have to use your data if you want to see it. They need Wi-Fi.
So anyway, Wi-Fi. They didn't have it, now they do. It doesn't really work, but they
Yeah.
have it.
Just turn on like cellular data.
Yeah, I think it's better using cellular data, but they do have Wi-Fi as an option. I don't know if we ever use it. I think I've tried a few times, but I can't really get it to do much. But it's there. They have it. I said get it, and they had it. There we go. Number 3. I mentioned this a few years ago, and I think the next season it was different, or maybe it was 2 years. And this was something I never understood. Let's see what it is.
Number 5. I kind of wish they would rework their dining pass hours. I just ate at the smokehouse and it was great, but the line was really, really long because they have a window of time, 11:30 to 3:30 for lunch, and then 4:30 to 7:30 for dinner. But what happens is between 3:30 and 4:30, it's completely dead. So people are just standing around waiting for 4:30. So I think it's just ridiculous. If they could just overlap the times, or maybe make it where you can't get a dinner for an hour after you get a lunch, but make it the whole length of the day. I just think it'd be easier for everyone, because it makes no sense to have massive crowds right before and after 4:30, but then for 3:30 to 4:30 there's no one in line. Let's rework the dining pass hours.
Lo and behold, they've done it. They fixed it. The meal plan used to be a little wonky, where if you got the 2 meals, you could only use the first one till like 3:30. It was like 11 to 3:30, and then the second one was 4:30 to like 7 or 8, something in that range. Well, the problem with that is we usually just got one for each of us, because we don't stay there long enough to eat 2 meals normally. But if we didn't get there by 3:30, we couldn't eat. And it was also weird because there was a period of time between 3:30 and 4:30 where nobody was eating, and like people would just be kind of hanging around the restaurants because they had to wait till 4:30, and then it would all of a sudden be, you go from nothing to a million, and I'm like, why are they doing this? It's weird that there's nothing and then a lot. They're not spreading out the crowd. And then there was one time at Hurricane Harbor where I was trying to get my snack in before they closed the lunch, and I got in line like 20 minutes before, but then when I got up to the register, it was like 2 minutes after, and then there was an ordeal, and I had to get him to override something just so we could eat. It was a mess.
Is that when you threw a fit and like?
No, but it was a mess. Well, now they've changed it. to where you can eat any time. And then if you get the second meal, I think it has to be an hour after. Much better. Muchas gracias.
What does that mean?
It means many thanks.
You don't know
Great
what it
change. Again, they were watching us. Number 2. I was bothered by this for years. Let's see what it is.
It makes no sense to me why they have all these stands all over the park that are closed most of the time. So we have to stand in line at the places that are open and wait 15, 20 or more minutes to get a soda refill when, you know, we could just pop in here.
Oh my gosh.
Finally, even though it kind of went away during COVID, and I understand that, we can now self-serve soda. Can you believe there was a time where you could not do self-serve soda? You had to go to either a kiosk or a restaurant, and there was always a line, and they didn't have a separate line just for people refilling drinks, so you had to wait in the main line with the people ordering food. It made no sense. So now at most of the places, you can just kind of pop in, fill your soda, and jet. Now during COVID, they changed that because of safety, and that was fine, but now it's back, and we're happy. We can refill our own sodas again. Thank you, Six Flags. I think they should be free, though, like Holiday World. Let's do that.
Free sunscreen,
Yeah.
free parking.
And number 1, this one was a long time in the works, and it still doesn't work that great, but it does help sometimes. Let's see what it is.
All right, number 5. I hope they institute mobile ordering on the Six Flags app. I don't think the Six Flags app works very well, at least according to ride wait times. But if they could integrate some kind of ordering your meal and being able to pick it up at one of the stands, that would be awesome, especially with season pass meal plan holders. Because when it's crowded like today, which it is extremely crowded, and it's peak lunch or dinner time, it's almost impossible to get any food. So I hope in the future they do some kind of mobile ordering service.
Let's see. They announced it during a winter, and then it came like a year or two after that. Mobile ordering. Now, sometimes it doesn't work. Sometimes it's quicker not to mobile order, but sometimes it does work really well. Now, we're not going to talk about that incident I had last year where I mobile ordered, and everyone that didn't mobile order got their food first, and the mobile order people are just standing there. And it was a complete fiasco, and I walked out of there without any food. And Six Flags, you still owe me that lunch.
What was it?
I don't remember. I think it was just a salad. They just had to pull a salad out, a pre-made salad. It would have taken 30 seconds. But I had a meltdown, and sometimes I still do. But sometimes the mobile order, you just have to read the crowd. Sometimes it's quicker not to do it, and sometimes it's quicker to do it. And they don't always have it at every place. Sometimes it's not at certain restaurants and blah, 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 but it's something. And never get it at Macho Nacho if they have it. It's horrible. But those are some of the predictions or not predictions, but stuff I wanted to happen, and they came true. Thank you, Six Flags, for watching our channel. I know the corporate is watching us right now, so I'm going to re-emphasize these that have not come true. We need a water coaster.
Yes.
We need to fix that boss.
Yes.
And you can throw in the Screaming Eagle with it. RMC.
Yes.
Something. We need a signature ride that people will come to see.
Yes.
We have nothing. Bathrooms.
Yes.
They're old. They're disgusting.
I hate bathrooms.
Fix them. The parking lot.
Yes.
Good Lord.
It's huge.
Have you seen the overflow parking lot? You might as well get your tires checked after that.
Yes.
The log flume.
Yes.
I mention it in every video. It's the worst.
Yeah.
And the thing I say on practically every video, and I'm going to keep saying it, and you can keep a tally on how many times I say it this upcoming year. Why don't we use the amphitheater? It's never used. I've never even sat in the bleachers in the amphitheater ever.
I've seen deer over there.
Yeah. There's more deer in there than people because it's not used. It makes no sense. And there are much of other things, but since we know corporate's watching, let's get on those. With that being said, this was another episode of the Six Flags Show. We hope you're doing great. Six Flags opening, I think the first Saturday in April, which is later this year. I don't know why, but whatever. We'll see you then. May the adventure continue.
Like, subscribe, blah, blah, blah.